All right, how's it going? My name is John Watson. This is a Randall's Island 3-4 race. My first race of the season. Indication that I need to do some more work. Uh, this is the start of the race. I'm just playing this in VLC because my editing skills are not very good. But basically, how it went down is I just didn't have the watts to really be on with these guys. The start of the race had two neutral laps, so that's what this is right here. At the back of this group for the neutral laps. I wish I wasn't at the back of the group because there were some really sketchy guys back here that were just going side to side, back and forth. And I just didn't really feel comfortable trying to bump shoulders with them. To be at the back of the pack, it just seemed like excessive. Yeah, I definitely felt that. But here in the neutral lap, there was really no problems, except that I noticed that like this turn right here, why did everyone hit the brake for that? It's like it just doesn't make sense. I feel like the people were just trolling here because it's not a really hard curve to take. You barely need to tilt your bike in order to make that turn. And here, I didn't. So even though I was off the back in this race, it was a training ride for me. It's like it just ended up being, according to my Garmin, it ended up being a tempo ride. I think uh, my heart rate ended up being around 167 or 160, something like that. It was a little high for what I was doing, but I don't know. I just was a bit tired. It was particularly cold too. The race, the weather for the race was like 33 degrees. So I had a water bottle with me, and I couldn't even drink the water. I had a water. I had water with sugar in it and a little bit of like a quarter teaspoon of salt. Uh, Something I read, cost savings for drinks. But anyway, yeah, half a cup of sugar in there. I could not even drink a sip of it. Because it had salt in it, it didn't freeze. But the I couldn't drink it because my face was frozen. I just couldn't move my lips. So that was a problem. So this little corner here, I guess the problem here is that I just kept losing the guys here. Even on the neutral lap, I was struggling to keep up in this technical section. I just needed to have some more kick in order to stay up with him. So now, even though it's just a neutral lap, I'm wasting all this energy here because I'm just not on anyone's wheel at all. Like I should be like halfway up the road, like in between all of those guys right now. But I'm nowhere. I'm just back here eating all the wind, and nothing good is happening of this right now. I just realized this is so. So this is the second time around. Oh, what else? So about me, I am 38 years old. My current FTP is 323. According to Trainer Road, I just use AI FTP. I've been doing a lot of Zone 2 training. Like I think yesterday I did like my third century ride on Zwift, which is just 4 hours of just 75% and under. I used the Trainer Road to lock in that that power. So at least I was getting zone 2 power. Now my heart rate, towards the end of it went into like zone 3. So I I watched a clarification video. The power is what matters. The heart rate, not so much. The heart rate just indicates I'm just not aligned. My heart isn't aligned to longer zone 2s. So anyway, been doing mostly those, and I do have some structured days in general. A couple heart days a week. This probably was the third one. I was training just about every day, but no, I did take a couple days off last week because I trained the previous week for 6 days in a row. So this race was cool in the sense that my girlfriend came. You know, I was just so surprised because it was just really cold today. And she let me know that I should have brought a jacket. She was totally right. I didn't bring a jacket to the race, guys. Of course you don't wear it while you're racing, but I arrived an hour early to the race because I'm a stickler for arriving early. I didn't drive. I bike to all my bike races, and that's why I like racing in New York City, because I don't have a car. I've never owned a car. I have a driver's license, and I haven't driven a car since I was like 20 years old or something. So I'm 38 now, so 18 years. You know, my road experience has been on a bicycle. I've been biking since I was 30. I like as an adult. I also biked a bunch as a kid, but not on the road bike. Let's see. So here we are. This is the actual beginning of the race. It's picking up, and it went fast right away. And I was a little bit annoyed with number 238 here, you know, in the RCC, because I was trying to catch some wheels here, and then he just crosses over in front of me, or he just crosses right in front of me. I'm like, dude, just pick a line. He's just like zigzagging back and forth. I was like, I mean, this is kind of my fault because I'm already sort of off the back, but I just wish there were like guys that, you know, would pick a line, and like especially in a narrow technical course like this, just not be all over the road. So he, like, I looked for him at the I looked for this guy to see if he made it, because I did get dropped really early, but I just put my head down after I got dropped, and I looked for this guy, and he wasn't even in the race. So he's like doing all this stuff. I don't know if he's on a team or something, and he's just trying to cut people off from the back. I don't know if it was like some kind of strategy or whatever, but yeah, this is what gets me. It's like he crosses over me 3 times, and I'm off. And I mean, if I had been closer to those wheels, it would have been better for me. But I mean, come on, can we get people who are able to ride in a straight line? And look at him, he's riding in his line now. He's not zigzagging. No, he is zigzagging. He's just, I don't know. He just does it. He doesn't really, can't really decide. So this guy in red that passed me, he got dropped too. And also the guy in the yellow jacket, I was following him for a while. That's my girlfriend on the side in the lavender thing. I am not sure why my video is so laggy here. I think I just have a really slow computer. Or something like that. Need to get an upgraded computer. Right, this computer is like 2 years old. It's okay for gaming, but not so great for video editing. It's a 5600 Ryzen, 32 gigs of RAM, like I was optimizing CL latencies to get the best bang for the buck there. It has a 6900 XT. So I recently upgraded the computer to have I got it a Intel Arc 380, and notably that allows me to use quick sync streaming, which I reviewed my latest stream, and the quality was the best I've seen it, compared to running off my GPU or CPU. Yeah, motorcycle is like, yeah, once a motorcycle passes you, you know you're out. But this is where I basically just put my head down, and this was the lap when I was with them. Basically, because I wasn't on anyone's wheel, if I wanted to just keep sort of like hanging back where I was, I would need to just keep 300 watts. And I didn't. I kept I was doing between 250 and 270, which, is a little more than zone 2. But it's a bike race. I didn't expect, it's not going to be zone 2. But I got in here. Let's see. This is the non-neutral lap. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when they pulled me off, it was right at the completion of this lap. The peloton was right behind me, and they said there was 5 laps to go. So they had just lapped me, and I managed to stay ahead for all of these laps. So, celebrate small victories. Celebrate small victories. My girlfriend is recording me again. Yeah, she took a lot of great photos. I put them on my Strava here. This is me, John Watson. I had the vegan symbol because I have a vegan diet. And yeah, so there's somebody drafting me. This is that neutral lap. And then I show up right here in there. Here's another one where I'm just, I think either he's passing me or I'm passing him. And I think this is another neutral lap here. All great videos. So this one looks like I'm in a decent place here, but I guess later on it just gets bad. So this looked all right, but yeah, you can see 33 degrees. So really cold. Feels like 26 with the wind. So yeah, it was really cold. I weighed in at 185 in the morning, so that was that's notable because last year I raced at between 190 and 195. So my watts per kilo is better. I've been just really motivated by Zwift. There's a lot of really fast guys that really have the watts per kilogram, and I'm just trying to become as good as those guys by really focusing on my diet, which right now, for the longest time, I was doing like a 1,500 calorie diet, adjusting for exercise. But now that my racing season is in session, I'm doing a 2,000 calorie diet and also adjusting for exercise. Technically, my BMR is 2,300, so it will, I'll still have weight loss. It just won't be like 2 pounds per week, which is fine because if I lose another 10 pounds, I'll have the BMI of a GC in Tour de France. The BMI, not the watts. The BMI, not the watts per kilogram. But if I'm just looking at BMI as a comparison, I know it's a horrible comparison tool. It's flawed and all this stuff like that. Yes, I get it. But for me, it's a tool. I can use it to compare myself to professional athletes. like maybe I won't be able to be as strong as them, but maybe I can get the weight. What is the weight that they have? Okay, it is, between 20 and 22 BMIs, 22 being sprinters. I know I'm not a sprinter. My best sprint is like, I think I did like a 5 second for 1200s, but uh, like 185. That's, in terms of watts per kilo, that's not very good. That's like 84-ish kilograms. So 12, 12 maybe. I looked on the Kogan charts using intervals.icu. It basically says my 5 second and 30 second is like it's like a novice cyclist, not even a categorized one. So, someone who just started, my watts per kilogram for those efforts are there. Now, for the other ones, they're like between Cat 5 and Cat 4. I'm a Cat 3, so my watts are behind. I'm just, in terms of watts per kilogram, I'm just, like I should not be a Cat 3, but I don't feel bad because most of my races in New York City are 3-4 races. So even as a Cat 4 racer, I did a lot of Cat 3-4 races, but I find my early season ones, like I just don't do well in them. Like I think I start to come into really doing well in May and June. I'm hoping that this year I could start finishing them in April. That'd be great. Definitely for the next video I do, I'll like try to figure out what's going on with this video. I think what's happening is that I have I've OBS to use. Can I just fix this really quick? Can I just go into settings here in OBS and say can I just go and say process priority normal and apply, and that'll fix it? Yeah, that's fine. It's still a little jumpy, so I think I just need more. I just need a processor with more cores. I'm not sure. I'm on the fence, whether I should just buy a new computer because this one's old, or buy a 5950X. They are about the same. Well, the processors are the same, but with the other options, getting a newer AMD or getting a newer Intel processor, I need to buy a new motherboard and memory because they both use DDR5. All the other parts can stay intact. Video card, fine. It's a 6900 XT. It's really good. The amount of gaming I do, I think I played Halo Infinite. I tried streaming that for a while. I was never good at the game, but after a while, I got sick of playing it. I played the first season, got up to Onyx, and just didn't want to play it anymore. I still play games. I play a lot on PS5 and my Series X. I just got the PSVR 2. I haven't had a chance to play much because the controllers are dead. It's like when I had time to play, so I had to charge the controllers. And I think the controllers should be charged, so I just have to remember just to leave them on the charger, and it should be good. I wonder how much is left in this. I'm still going one more time here. Yeah, this is basically what it is. I'm just holding speed. this guy. My girlfriend walked across again. I'm behind him. I think this might be the final lap. So I get over to here. No, that's not the final lap. I'm with him, taking a turn. Great, cool. Okay, he's whistling me off. And I was like looking at this clock every time because I was giving the exact time, and I was like, wow, I survived all this time. And I pulled over here, stopped, looked back, and that's how I got the information about how many laps to go. And as you can see, they just passed, seconds later, and that's the pack that finally laps me. And I'm like, sorry, it didn't work out. But yeah, that is how that one went down. Didn't really sleep very well, but next time I'll get this. Uh, well, maybe not next time, but I'll try. We'll see what happens.